MulToyVerse, Hankster here for my first movie review of 2011, and the first one I've done in a very long time, and the first new one for the MulToyVerse. And of course, as you can see here, this movie review is for the new movie The Green Hornet, starring Seth Rogen, Jay Chow, Cameron Diaz, Christopher Waltz, Tom Wilkinson, and Edward James Olmos. Now, of course, this is the movie version of the classic radio and television series, The Green Hornet. I'm not, to tell you the truth, I am not too familiar with this series. I know that it was very popular in the 60s, and it even did a crossover episode with the live-action Batman television series. And also, I do know that Kato was originally played by famed kung fu star Bruce Lee. Now, of course, the movie was not only stars Seth Rogen, but he also co-wrote the storyline. Basically, the storyline starts off with his character, Britt Reed, the son of a very wealthy newspaper owner, the owner of the Daily Sentinel, and he, of course, inherits the newspaper after his father's mysterious death. One day he, of course, finds out that the same guy who makes his really good cups of coffee is also this guy who very talented with cars and gadgets and there's a lot of cool stuff. And of course, that is Kato, played by Jay Chow. The same day that they meet, they decide to go out and cause some havoc, including the statue of Britt's father. And while they're doing that, they notice a young couple being harassed by some thugs. They take it upon themselves to stop them, and of course do quite well, including, of course, Kato's unique kung fu abilities. Of course, this gives Britt the idea of becoming an unusual superhero who basically, they act like villains, but of course they're fighting on the side of the law, basically just to bring down the local criminals in Los Angeles. Also at this time, Britt hires a new secretary, Lenore, played by Cameron Diaz. This is, of course, Cameron Diaz's first superhero movie since the original Mask back in the 1990s, which co-starred her with Jim Carrey. She is much older now. Sorry to say, she is showing it. Even though she still looks kind of good, her character is not as sexy as the character she played in The Mask. And of course, it's also more of a serious character, more together character, and it's certainly not a damsel in distress. She doesn't get in any trouble. Britt, of course, hires her to mostly because of her expertise in criminology, and basically uses her knowledge to plan capers for the Green Hornet to get into, to make a name for himself, and also to start criminals. But of course, his antics, along with Kato's, draws the attention of the local main crime lord of the city that who has taken over every gang in the town, and of course he takes it up himself to take on the Green Hornet. I'm not really going to give too much spoilers about this. It is a pretty good movie, but I do have to, sorry to say, Seth's portrayal of Britt, aka the Green Hornet, kind of makes him out to be a real dick. I mean, this guy's very egotistical. He wants to take credit for everything, even though Kato basically is the better fighter, and of course comes up with the gadgets and such. But this is basically, obviously, an origin story of the Green Hornet, and of course a lot of growing up to do in the case of Britt's character, or Seth's character. But it is a pretty good movie, a lot of good special effects, CGI, and of course a lot of car chases, a lot of car effects, car explosions. You think Michael Bay's directing this, but it was directed by Michael Gondry, I believe. And it's not a bad movie. We want to go check out as a movie. Basically, it is basically directed towards guys. There's a lot of explosions, cool cars, and hot girls. So you want to check this out. It's in theaters now. I don't know how well it did this past weekend, but just check it out. It's The Green Hornet, starring Seth Rogen, Jay Chow, and Cameron Diaz. Oh, by the way, Edward James Olmos also plays a newspaper guy who kind of tries to set Brett in the right direction of how to run a newspaper, and you'll see a lot of him in it as well. So this is my review of The Green Hornet. Not a bad movie to check out in theaters right now, and this is my first review for the MulToyVerse and my first review for 2011. So stay tuned for more reviews here on the MulToyVerse.